So, name is Ibrahimo. We're gonna kill and tell.
Yeah.
Okay, Kendrick, go ahead.
Why? Nigga, you gotta go on next week.
Hey, this is Ibrahimo and Kill and Tell.
This is Calvin on Kel and Tell.
This is Brian, and this is Kelly.
This is Kendrick, and we don't think Kevin so.
Okay, good job, guys.
Is jealousy healthy in a relationship? If you agree, you can sit down.
I agree to disagree.
I agree.
If you agree, jealousy is healthy in a relationship. Take a seat. Okay.
What is your in between? What do you do? Do you still sit while you stand?
I can see. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay, can you go ahead and say why you think jealousy is healthy in a relationship?
I think jealousy is a natural feeling. It's like just natural that humans feel like it's naturally okay to feel jealous in a way. It's just that like you can't have it unhealthy way, like it's not to get like not have trust your partner. Like I think that jealousy is just like sometimes just shows that how much of it and blah blah blah. Just like that's why
Yeah. I think I agree with Downfall. It's to a certain extent, I guess. Like if you feel jealousy means like, you actually not necessarily territorial, but it means, you're really, really into your person. But it gets to a certain extent. You can't make it affect like, your day to day convos with your significant other, and you just can't make it affect your relationship in a negative way. But yeah.
I'm like random news.
Sure. I honestly just agree with what Kelvin and Ibrahim would say.
you agree with us?
Yeah, go.
Okay.
Because mine was agree to disagree. Because like you said, you have an extent. It's part of the human body, part of the emotion to feel jealousy. But you have to have a way to go about it. You can't have it like cloud your judgments in the relationship and stuff like that. That's when all that negativity comes into it. So, yeah, I just put the cons,
I agree with everyone. But I think I'm sitting on the fence. No, I mean I'm sitting on my decision is like sitting on the fence.
Okay.
I feel like to me jealousy is sort of kind of indicative of no trust in a relationship in a sense. Because if you trust me, there's nothing going on in any way, shape, or form. So the fact that you feel jealous to some extent tells me you don't really trust me in a sense. I don't know if that makes sense. So, but yeah, I do agree with you guys. Yeah, it's to some extent it's healthy, but
Okay. So
my point is the very existence of it is you don't trust me. You know what I mean?
so technically we all agree to a certain extent.
So,
Right. Good job.
If a man and a woman both like each other, is it on a man to chase her? Is it wrong for him to expect the chase to be mutual?
So which one are we saying that for?
If you agree,
If you agree that a man should chase a woman, sit down.
If you agree that a man should chase a woman, then sit down. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I was about to say.
like
You think no?
and the feeling is mutual between.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, you guys both like each other, but should
But
the
then-
man be chasing the woman?
I mean, I agree that the man should chase the woman to an extent. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, the feeling should be mutual. Because if it's not mutual at this point, I'm chasing after you to run. There's no point in going.
Why you laughing, bro?
I mean, that's your opinion. So
But in general, the man is supposed to take the lead and, chasing after the woman. I wouldn't want to use the word chase, but to kind of show that he's there and he wants to be there for the lady, through his emotions, through his actions, But
I agree with that. That the fact that as a man, you're supposed to take the lead, and it shows that you're a man. And I feel like in a relationship, if you want a girl or like a woman, you should put it that free. Find the dates, do what you need to do to like make sure she knows, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Secure that lifestyle.
I'm not like that.
See, that's the part where I disagree a little bit with you boys, because I feel like relationships from the very beginning you set a foundation. If I'm going into a relationship with somebody, I want the person to be my partner. If I'm falling short, they pick me up, they motivate me, they push me. If I set the foundation that I'm constantly chasing you, that's all she's going to relate to the relationship, that I am responsible for everything. And I have no problem being responsible for everything, don't get it twisted, but there are going to be days where I'm going to have like clouds over me and I need somebody to motivate me. But if all I've ever done to establish a relationship is chase you, do things for you, make sure I'm the man in the relationship, those cloudy days, I'm going to face them myself. And I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with somebody who doesn't uplift me in that regard.
So yeah, it's
Yeah. So I agree with Brian. So technically, I agree with you guys to a certain extent because yes, it's a man's. That's how God created us. Like for men to pursue women. But I feel like it should be not necessarily 50-50. I guess 100-100. Like the girl should be interested into me enough to want to do certain things without me having to always ask, like, oh, let's go out to eat. Sometimes we could just suggest, yo, let's go to Chick-fil-A. Let's go, it's a 50-50 or 100-100 thing. So you can't have me just chasing you around, always asking you, like, yo, you want to do this, you want to do that, like, always texting you first. Like, no, it has to, we have to link in the middle, if that makes sense.
I can't wait for this. I disagree. I disagree with you guys because I think I think the question is more pertaining to like at the start of a relationship. Let's say like you meet a girl and you like each other. Like she's not gonna like try to plan the date for you, so you have to take the initiative to plan the date or like even like maybe a link up to see like just text her like see what's her interest. And I mean over time like if she likes you like she's gonna plan like stuff too for you guys to do like obviously.
Nah, fuck that. I ain't surprised.
So that's why I'm saying to a certain extent, like God created us all meant to pursue women. You understand me? So obviously, if you see, let's say I see a beautiful girl outside in the center, right? Obviously, it's my job to walk up to her and try to let you know, like, yo, I'm into you. Right? You understand me? Like, I'm not gonna wait for her to come up to me. I mean, it's cool if she does come up to me, but it's a man's job to pursue the woman, right? But then after y'all start being acquaintances, start going out, then it has to be mutual. I can't keep planning dates. I can't. At that point, it's me chasing. Like, it's like I wonder what you want me to exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So it's to a certain extent, I guess. But.
But you say you had a question.
You had a question.
Because I think you.
I did it. It's just the topic is off topic. So
okay. So I guess we come.
So yeah. Okay. Right. Good job, guys.
Does the rise of independence in women today make relationships harder for men today?
Does the rise of
independence in women
make the relationship possible?
So if you agree, sit down, okay?
Yeah.
You wanna take this? You wanna go first?
That was the rise of.
Alright, so I agree that independence in women has made relationships a little bit harder for men nowadays because men are natural providers, men are natural givers, men are natural take control, make sure problem solving and everything else. But women kind of interfere with that. It's not a bad thing that they want to stand on their own 2 feet and do what they would like to do. But sometimes it kind of relinquishes control and drive and motivation from the man, in a sense. I'm here to give you a service. I'm here to provide a service. I feel like men and women are not equal in terms of physicality and everything, because there are things women do flawlessly that men cannot even fathom doing, but there are also things men do that women can't do. That's why people come together as a unit. If you want to stand on your own 2 feet and be independent, it's a lot harder for the man to provide and do certain things for you because there's always conflicting ideas in a sense. But yeah.
I agree with what Brian said. It has become a little bit harder for men to kind of like pick up on their role as a man because in the back of your head, or it's something that you told yourself every day. Like, I'm independent, I can do this by myself. So for a man to come and do that, you probably going to be expecting more, than the usual, than what the man can do for you. Because you feel like you can do everything on your own. So it kind of like pushes the man back a little bit. What role can I play in your life as a man if you have taken that role on yourself? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it has become a little bit harder. Yeah.
Oh, disagree with what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if evolving is the right word, but it's like we're not in 1980s no more. You feel me? Like women are able to do way more now. Because at first, women just used to stay in the kitchen. They didn't do much. So now it's like they get to go out, work. They weren't allowed to read. Now they could read, go to school. Make money and stuff like that. So I would personally, for my girl, I would rather her have a career. It doesn't matter how much she's making. Right? Yes, I understand her being not necessarily entitled, but being this individualistic, like the theme that we're talking about. Yeah, I understand they might push the man away because like, oh, I can do this because I I understand that, but I guess it depends on the foundation you build the relationship on because I could be making 100K a year, you could make 100K a year, we could make it work. You understand what I'm trying to say?
I hear you, but I think either I misinterpreted the question or you're misinterpreting the question.
Okay.
Because independency, I'm assuming I'm taking it more in the sense of, she can fix her own tire.
Okay,
she could open her own jar. She can pay her own bill.
So it's not necessarily it's not just relationship based. Okay.
Career wise, 100%, I agree with you in that regard. Let a woman be an individual, let her pursue what she wants to do and everything else. But in terms of me being like a man, in terms of like,
okay, I think I understand the question better. If that's how
is the question related to that?
Yeah.
The fact that like she feels like she don't need you.
Yeah. Like she could she gonna do her own things like change a tire.
Yeah, like you don't have to expect somebody else to do it when you can do it.
Do it yourself.
Yeah, you see that's
Okay.
That's how I'm trying to get.
So I guess I agree to disagree if that makes sense to a certain extent again because it's like yes, some girls can change the tire. Yes, some girls can do certain things that men do, but as a woman, would you want to do that? Like,
but there's some women that have that independency that was like, yeah, I will do my own thing. Do you agree with the woman? Like, let's say your girl is driving her car and the tire pops on the side of the road and she gets out the car and she's trying to like change the tire. So you try to like change it, she's fighting you, blacking on you because you're all trying to get that. There's like a recurring thing like that in terms of like not necessarily just the tire, but recurring things like when you want to evoke.
Like she feels like she can do whatever it is herself without needing.
Yeah. To fail with the relationship?
I think see now when you put it like that, I think obviously it will intervene with the relationship because then me as a man, what is my job in the relationship? That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think the reason I disagree is because I think we emphasize the man's role too much. Like change your girl having the skills to change her own tire or like open her own jar or like do things herself should not make you feel like you're not a man. Like at the end of the day, like you should feel secure in yourself that like there's gonna be a point where she's gonna need me or I'm gonna need her, and like we're just gonna make it work. Like it's a relationship. It's not like it's not like a task thing where like okay, like this is your role. You do this. I'm gonna do this. Like nah. Sometimes you won't help me. Sometimes maybe you come from work tired as fuck, so I'm gonna help you cook. But like if you have this whole mindset that only women are supposed to be cooking, and you're just gonna be chilling like. It's just like you guys gotta work together and make shit work. It's not, like you said, it's not the 40s, it's not the 50s. Yeah, it's 2020.
That's exactly what I said.
You're just gonna make shit work, bro.
Yeah, I like that. That's right.
Yeah, I kind of like that answer like goes with the what was the first question that we asked? What was the first?
That was jealousy though.
The second question then.
The second question.
If a man should be chasing a woman?
Yeah, I don't think that those are similar though.
I think I see where he's going, but he lost his train of thought.
Yeah, I think it was some of the answers that we had that was a little bit the same as to like, so it's basically what you're saying. You scratch your back, I scratch you. Like I scratch your back, you scratch my back. You know what I'm saying? But I think she's talking about like the independence. Like you see, like let's use some of the women in our generation. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, I don't need a man because I can do this on my own. If I can cook, if I can clean, if I can do this, if I make 100, if I make 6 figures, what do I need a man for? Literally, I have a rose. I don't like, you know, I have so this. You know what I'm saying? So,
But I feel like a lot of women that be saying that be captain. I feel that too. Because like,
That's
you know, like,
So,
you know, for social, like, even like, you know, just for social, like, you know, like a girl person or something like on social media, she would like, so like she don't like niggas and shit. But like you get to her, it's like so you can't really take what they say like straight. Niggas, like even guys like they be lying too. So it's just like.
So at the end of the day, I guess we all need ourselves.
Yeah.
And you know,
To some extent, you know,
we need something.
Yeah, for real.
I feel like everybody needs a sense of space, but as far as need only ourselves, nah, we don't credit for only ourselves.
Nah,
we need
but-
somebody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like we need ourselves as in male and female. We need,
Yeah.
we need each other. Yeah.
We need each other.
It's 2025, man. They just want to make this over.
Yeah, for real.
Yo, that shit's some bullshit. Hey,
Good job, guys.
Problem of conversation.
No, ask it.
Anybody with Reggie?
I'll throw the phone at you.
I'm a virgin.
Yeah. Whenever you're ready.
You said we started yesterday?
How important is sexual compatibility in a relationship?
Uh-huh.
Would
What-
you give your partner even if she brings you peace if there's no sexual compatibility?
Yeah, fuck that.
It's sit down.
What do you mean by sexual compatibility?
Like
Compatibility.
sexual.
If I would leave her, the sexual spark is not there.
It's not there. Yeah, bro. Fuck that.
If you agree with it, sit down.
Yeah,
Wow, that's a tough question.
The girls are there too. So.
you better stand up.
She said yeah.
Yeah.
She said yeah.
stand up.
Yeah.
But the reason I said I feel like I find sex is like a very important aspect of the relationship. And if it is not there, like you don't feel satisfied.
Yeah.
Has like much as like, you know, it's kind of like, I guess fucked up to say, like it's still like a need of like humans. And I feel like having a good partner who's like good at sex is very like important. Yeah. Go ahead.
I agree. You know, it has been overplayed in our generation when it comes to sex. There's no true meaning behind it. Niggas just do it to do it for the fun of it, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna use biblical version. You have to marry first before you have sex, you know what I'm saying? That's the only way you feel some kind of peace with the person that you're married to, you know what I'm saying? That's how it's meant to be. So with how it is now, yeah, I'm just saying that.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm gonna say, yeah, I agree with the fact that if there's no sexual compatibility, I will leave my partner. Only because I feel like sex is very intimate. Like I have to be attracted to you, and if I'm not attracted to you, why am I with you? In a sense, it's very intimate. I'm sharing a part of my body. I'm sharing, if we're going spiritual, I'm sharing a piece of my soul with you every single time you do it. So it's like, if I'm not making you nut, it's like,
I want to like really try, I guess, cause okay, like the sex thing, like let's say it's bad, right?
mm,
How bad, like that's my whole thing though. Because I feel like sex is also like a skill. That's how you, like you never have to more. Like maybe like the first time she don't know how to give head,
yeah,
but like you know over time she like she improves.
exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe she didn't know how to like throw it back to you.
It's
Over time she improved.
you gotta keep PG, man.
Maybe like you know like.
How do you give this bitch sex?
Okay, so. Oh no, go ahead.
So do you think like in order for that sexual tension to be there between you and your partner, like you have to like you're saying, you really have to like the
Okay, so look, in my, so I agree with the statement, but I feel like leaving your partner is like extreme. It's like how E Black just said, right? It's a skill.
Yeah.
Everybody was a virgin at one point. You understand? So it's like, okay. But the point is, everybody was a virgin at one point. It's something that you learn about your partner. You don't just meet somebody randomly and like have the best sex of your life. That's not how it works. You understand?
The thing too is, I hear you, but the thing too is, think about it exactly what you said.
Mhm.
For me personally, let's say I've been seeing this girl for like 3 or 4 months and the
Okay.
sex is still trash. At some point, I need to come to my senses and be like, wait, do I still want
Okay.
But
So
hear me out too. But there's also a beauty in learning your partner. There's also a beauty in figuring out, okay, this is how to hit it. This is
Exactly.
what this is
exactly what I'm trying to
But
say.
then you know what I mean? It's like
I
when it
understand.
gets to that point and it's still not doing anything for both of you, well, you know what
That's what I'm saying. It gets to a certain extent. You don't just leave just because 1, 2, 3 months the sex is terrible. I mean, obviously wasting your time, but then it's like, it goes to a certain extent, like time wise. Like you communicate with your partner, like, yo, this turned me on. I like this. Like you learn your body, you learn each other's body, right? But then obviously go like maybe a year, 2 years, and it's like, okay, like we're not getting anywhere with the sex. Then you have to communicate too, like, yo, this is not working out. It's all about communication. You don't just get up and leave just goes, okay.
Sometimes it's also a skill issue from both ends.
I mean,
Yeah, because what I was saying is like, let's say the girl is like, she has a great career. She's like,
Yeah, I'm not
like a perfect girl, but
like she's like perfect.
then the sex is not, it's not there.
Oh, so that's
I most definitely wouldn't.
I mean,
I wouldn't leave my shorty because the sex is not A1. At least you still having sex, but shit.
I mean, if the sex is not there,
It's not.
Man, I mean, E Black, I don't want to put your job on the spot, but he's a nurse. Like, consult a nurse, consult somebody. Like, figure it out. I feel like, yeah, like, what I'm trying to say is, if you truly love somebody, right?
Yeah.
You're not just gonna be there for a couple of months. And I mean, I do understand you're not really getting nowhere with sex because you're communicating, like nothing's changing. But you don't just get up and leave. Like,
Let me ask you this question.
You try whatever solutions that you think there may be, and then if you're not getting anything out of it, then
Let me ask
it
you
makes
this
sense
question.
to
Let me ask you this question.
Mhm.
Have you gone 3, 4 months without sex before?
no. Well, before I was a virgin, obviously, yeah.
No, like with
after
your partner or with somebody you're with. You've gone like an extended period of time without sex with that person, but you constantly see that person.
No.
Okay, I want to show you, like, demonstrate something to you.
This is not.
You have been. Wait,
I said this is not a video.
yeah, no.
Well, that's not
I mean, if you want to include it, we can.
I'll cut the rating part out, but keep going.
So, going so long without having sex with somebody is equivalent to having bad sex with the person because you're not getting off in any way, shape, or form. So essentially, if I'm having sex with you and I'm not feeling it, I probably didn't bust a nut or she didn't bust a nut or anything else, and I didn't have sex with you for that longevity or that period of time, it still feels the same.
So yeah, I go with you.
So automatically, that frustration, that anger, that tension is built over there. It's like now everything she does pisses you off. Everything you do pisses her off because you ain't finishing her off. She's not finishing
So
her off.
sex is
You know what I'm
needed.
trying to get?
Yeah, sex is
So
needed.
to some extent, yeah, you can love somebody out the wazoo and everything else, but as primal as it sounds, sex is a thing humans need, especially with that physical attraction and everything else.
Okay.
If you don't have sex, then God bless you, because Jesus, you're missing out. Crazy. I don't know what that stuff.
Do you think there's an impact of social media on trust in relationships?
Yes. If you say
If you agree, you can say it.
Y'all want me to start this out?
yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Social media definitely plays a huge role in relationships and trust and stuff, because it's like if you scrolling on Instagram, TikTok, there's always that one video that will literally have you like overthinking your ass off. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like you could have like the most perfect relationship, bro, good communication, good everything with your partner. And it's like there's just that one video that will make you like, yo, like is my girl doing this behind my back? You understand? So it's like it causes some tension, I guess. But
Something wrong.
yeah,
I would not say insecurity, but it just be in the back of your head, like it could happen to you.
Yeah.
You feel like I don't put that past nobody, or I don't put that past my girl or anything. You know?
Yeah.
With the one thing with our life, our generation now, everything is based on social media. You wake up, everybody on social media, you interact through social media, and you know everybody's making money from that. So sometimes people put bullshit excuse or bullshit advice just to get the views and the money. So and you also know there are people there that will also pick on that advice and apply it to their relationship or apply it to their life. So social media has a big impact when it comes to trust and relationship, most definitely.
Yeah, I agree with both of you, especially what Calvin said. You can be solid with your partner, no problems, no issues, no problems, no issue. Then one night she's scrolling through TikTok and one shorty on there says, "Have you gone through your man's phone?" He said,
check the type porn in the messages.
Let's see who pops up. Then all of a sudden you have a case in your hands because somebody you texted like 3-4 months ago or were doing something for you is like it complicates things, and it's like it always so comes down to that trust thing. Because as much as you feel like you trust your partner, all it takes is one person on social media saying something that influences you to be like, "Oh wait, do I really know this man?" And it goes into a frenzy. So yeah, I do agree with both of you. It does pose a problem in a relationship.
Although some could say that you should not take what everybody says on the internet, but there are times where it's a break.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Very.
So you agree or
If there's an impact,
Yeah.
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 I do agree.
I should have sat down there.
Like work out.
I do agree because I think social media plays a factor in trust. Definitely because I guess a lot of things out there that you can see on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, Thread, X. But I guess the reason I didn't sit down initially was because I think like trust, it just didn't start like just because of social media. I feel like back then too, people still didn't trust their partners. And I think that's just like human nature. Like just going back to the earlier question about like the jealousy thing. I was like, nah, it's natural to be jealous about your partner because maybe like you don't want her be with anybody else.
Yeah.
And I think I do agree that social media definitely amplifies people's distrust in each other.
Facts.
So technically, we all agree that social media has
It's the devil.
Yeah.
Social media.
It's a mess.
Social media accounts.
Yes, exactly.
And then again,
social media affects everything, bro. Literally everything.
sometimes too, other people have like people they look up to on social media, like idols, like
the sexy reds of the
and sometimes they don't put out good messages, and they gonna tell you go do what you gotta do, cheat on that. And then you know what I'm saying, cheat on that bro, and either one of them could take up on that and do that, because that's how a generation has become. You know what I'm saying? So it has its pros and cons, but most definitely it do have it.
Let me tell you something. If your girl watching the video of an idol and the idol says, "Go cheat on that nigga," cut that.
That's not your ball.
She was we're just Say
You can say
Say something.
Yeah.
That
Last question.
was never your ball. Okay.
What's the most challenging part of a relationship?
The most challenging part about a relationship?
Yeah. And then at the end, wait, I'm gonna repeat it, but at the end, y'all can maybe like give some type of advice.
Is this question based off like personal experience?
Yeah, definitely.
Personal experience.
I'm sorry, repeat the question again.
What's the most challenging part of a relationship?
I'll say communication.
This one, I was just thinking that.
Yeah, I'll say communication because I've noticed there's a way to communicate. Then you don't want to over communicate and you don't want to also under communicate. You sort of have to give the right amount of information at a specific time on a consistent basis to ensure everybody's on the same headspace. And it's just mastering that, because there's sometimes I catch myself over communicating, and then sometimes I feel like me not saying anything is implied in a way where it's always leaves like a big massive gap of like, okay, what's actually going on? In my head, I think they already know what's going on, but it's, yeah. So I'll say communication. Communication is definitely like a hard challenge. I feel like to be better at communicating, you just have to sit down with your partner, try to really establish what it is that you would like to share on a consistent basis with them to keep you guys on the same headspace, essentially. But yeah.
What do you think is over?
Over communicating, like, hey, so I'm taking a shit before I come to you. That to me, that's over communicating. Like, you know, you could have. I mean, that's also
It's like you know every single thing a person doing every hour.
but then that's also like hey, this is probably the relationship we have established.
Yeah.
So I think that there's a way to like every like minute I'm checking in, like, hey, I'm doing this, hey, I'm doing that, hey, I'm doing this, okay, I'm doing this now. Like at that point, I'm like, okay, nigga, like I'm gonna put my phone on don't disturb. I don't know. Like I believe in like checking in. Like if 2-3 hours I ain't hear from you, I'd love to know like what's going on, how you feeling, if everything is calm. Because nowadays outside is kind of crazy, so I'd like to know you're safe. But yeah, I guess
I would say,
yeah.
I agree with Brian. I would say communication, but I also say comprehension too as well.
Mhm.
Because you can communicate, but it also depends if the person listens and understand what you're trying to say too as well. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's yeah.
And with the over communicating, I feel like for somebody to over communicate is like me telling you the same thing over and over again. You're not understanding or doing what it is. You know what I mean? So I feel like that can affect. What was the question again? Well, communication comprehension. I'll say that's what that's the most thing that for the most part you should work on too. Yeah.
Okay. I would say both of you guys combined. Right? Communication and comprehension.
It's not fun. Just two guys.
Can't take your serious, bro.
Yeah. No, like that.
It's communication. You don't have to answer this because you're going to see it.
No, it's not.
Answer.
No, answer.
It's communication. We got it. For me, I think it's communication. And it's for me, it's communication and it's pride. I think like sometimes we become too prideful. Like, oh, yo, I'm not double texting him.
Yeah.
Or like, if you don't call me, I'm not gonna call him.
Yeah.
Or like, you just gotta like, we're not kids no more. It's like, put that shit aside. We're not 17. Text me if you want to talk to me. Call me if you want to talk to me. Like, don't wait for me to call you all the time.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I'm sleeping. Maybe I'm watching the soccer game. I'll sleep so much. But if you want to talk to me, call me. I'll like put the game on the side and still talk to you.
Yeah.
But like, don't be like, oh my god, this nigga is always on the game. He's always watching soccer, always outside. Like, oh, if you want to talk to me, text me out. Simple communication and not being prideful.
That was a good answer. Wow. So I get no answer.
Yes, you go, bro. You go.
Try.
Damn, I don't know if it's. I was also going to say, listen to. I don't know if it's. What was it?
Matt Patel.
What is the hardest part about a relationship, right?
The hardest part. Yeah. Outside people, like let's say you guys argue. Outside influences, yes.
That's
You know, I feel like sometimes whatever happens needs to stay between you guys and you guys accept that. Even not, sometimes you can ask for advice or whatnot, but don't go into details of what happened as to why you're asking for that. You know, so I feel like he say, she say, now you picked up on what they said and it changes your idea, your perspective, gives you a new type of idea or gives you something new to think about in the situation that you guys got going on. So, you may be positive or negative, you never know. So yeah.
That's a good answer.
Thanks. Kill my.
Good job, bro.
Scan and tell, baby.
She said to give the people watching like an advice. Yeah. Each, I guess, one advice each.
Yo, just go for it, bro. Double text her, double call her.
Yeah. But don't chase, innit?
You said
If you're chasing and she's running, run the other way. One boy's not in your court.
It don't
Don't
go.
go look for it. Think about
I swear that made no fucking sense, bro.
What you mean? If that boy's laying in your court,
If the boy is not in your court, don't go searching for it.
Don't look for it.
Yeah, I mean, that's Six Flags.
It's laying in your court, so why are you looking for that bill?
Brian, go ahead.
I'll say accountability. Accountability is a strong thing because it's easy to be in a relationship. It's easy to like start talking to a girl, start chatting to somebody. It's easy to put your penis into someone. It's easy to ride the penis. It's easy to kick up with someone, but
That was so fucking unneeded, bro.
but that's like, accountability. Because when times get hard, when shit gets rough, when shit gets difficult, that's when the relationship really starts. So take accountability. If you made a mistake, own up to it. Like, hey, yo, babe, I fucked up. Let's fix this. Like, that goes a long way in terms of like trying to stay and reestablish the connection with your partner. So accountability.
What's the worst that can happen?
But yeah, exactly. If you fucking love her, if you fucking love him,
Make
if
it
you
work.
fucking love it, they, she, them,
He,
he, yeah, yeah.
when.
For me, I would just say like live your life, man. To be honest, if you meet a girl, you like her, talk to her.
You
see
got
what she's
pussy, bro.
about. If you find out, she's not the one for you, GG's, man.
Yeah.
So it's another one. That's not me though. I stay to my woman, man. You know what I mean?
He said,
Just do it. I guess.
Nike. Nike by the single shit, man.
Just do it. Nah, just like
If you like a girl,
just,
do it.
yeah, if, just like how he said.
Yeah, man, if you like somebody, just go for it, man.
You want to talk to somebody, do it.
Like, I'm not going, like, I think, like, one of the biggest things that have to come over is just, like, rejection. Once you get over that,
Yeah.
like, the worst, well, they say the worst. No, that's not the worst, though. But, like, if you say no, it might take, like, 2-3 months for you to get over that. Whatever she said, but, like,
Well, you will get over it. Yeah.
yeah.
Just do it. But don't take it the wrong way if you know what I'm saying. But just do it, bro.
Just don't be up when you say no, bro.
There's something up what you said, though.
Just don't be up.
Just do it and be yourself, man.
You said what?
Stay authentic to yourself, man. For real, for real.
First episode.
Can't tell, man. Can't tell. Like,
Can't tell. I ain't gonna lie, that's just.
You think this is Disney, nigga?